freedom. Hey assholes, over here. And this is for the food. Time for talking's over.
Where my eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the even dews and lamps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures humanity. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. Coming of the Lord, he's trampling out the vintage where the grapes were at the store. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have built an altar in the even dews. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. borne across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures humanity. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. Coming of the Lord, he's trampling out the vintage where the grapes were ever stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the even dews and damps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on.
Hey, assholes, and this is for the food.
Let's make this quick!
Where my eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the evenings and lamps. And read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. Where my eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are the store. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible Swiss sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar. His righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. sleep, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. The coming of the Lord, he's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the evenings. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. With a glory in his bosom that transfigures you. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the evening dews and lamps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. With a glory in his bosom that transfigures him. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. Faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. I've seen in the watchfires of 100 serpent camps. They have builded him an altar in the evening dews and lamps. I can read his righteous sentence by the dim and flaring lamps. His day is marching on. ecstasy, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on.
And Shells. Now, who are you? Never heard of you. What's this about? My dealings with him? I am warlord of the Scar Collectors, greatest slavers of the Colorado Plains. When the Patriarch came east to put us down, we gave him more than he bargained for. Stopped him cold. I know he tells his people he secured his borders by beating us. Makes himself out a real hero. Bullshit. He made a deal. Gave the Scar Collectors, Payasos, and Godfishers money and supplies to hunt east and keep the smaller gangs out.
Wait, he kept the peace in Colorado by sicking the gangs on his neighbors? That ain't right.
Yep. Not right for the neighbors, and not right for me. Worst bargain I ever made. And his daughter. He stole my honor. She stole my... Happened right after she failed to take her daddy's throne. Ran our way, and pretty soon realized she could turn our gangs against us by telling them about the deal we made with Buchanan, which we'd kept secret. She told him we'd settled for table scraps when we could have had the whole of Colorado. That we'd become guard dogs when we could have been kings. Which was the truth. So the gangs rose up. Star the Dreams overthrew clouds drifting west to lead the Godfishers. Let Chorito kill Slapstick to take the Payasos, and that rat Steel Trap jumped me and sold me to a bauxite mine. Now he's running the Scar Collectors. Not for long. Once I take back the gangs from Liberty, I'll lead them east, away from your pretty little city, and use them to once again become ruler of the Wakarusa Redlegs, and then all of Kansas, as was ordained. But there's one thing I gotta do before I leave Colorado. Put the Patriarch's head on a spike. If you want that too, maybe we can walk the same path for a time. What do you say? Could you use another gun? Make 'em quick. When I was born, my mother carved 12 lines into me, symbolizing the 12 trials I would overcome before I ruled all of Kansas. I've been crossing them out ever since. Once I take back the Scar Collectors, I cross out the 11th.
Yeah, seriously.
If a man is destined to be free, then he'll be free. If he's a slave now and doesn't think that's his destiny, then he should fight for it. Like I have. Can't be a scar collector without modding yourself. Part of getting jumped in. I chose the arm. Can't wait.
Reminds me of the cowshed back home. Actually...
That's it. Shit!
Look alive. Whoever took out the other shit could still be around.
Oh shit! It's the Desert Rangers!
Pull back! Do not engage! The Patriarch can keep his money! Right behind you.
9. This is Dead Red calling those November Cowboys one more time. Heard you met Ironclad Cordite. Oh, well, I've got friends all over, and they've all got good eyes. Just don't tell him and you'll be fine. Nobody knows you did it, and Buchanan can't admit those men were his. He can't even admit that they existed. And, well, I apologize about that. I didn't know any other way of getting you up to speed. But now that you've talked to Cordite, you understand who the Patriarch is, right? Well, I guess you gotta make up your own mind. I just wanted you to know that the way the Patriarch tells the story ain't the only way there is to tell it. Is he with you now? Glad to hear it. Do your best to keep him alive. He could really help us out when things start happening. For now, just keep helping the Patriarch collar his kids. We're with him on that. Can't have a bunch of rabid animals running around loose, can we? Although, I guess he wants you to bring him back alive. We don't care so much about their condition. Fact is, Colorado will be a whole lot safer without him. The Patriarch's heirs will always have a claim on this land, and from what I hear, they're even worse than Buchanan himself. Anyhow, I'll be in touch. Dead Red, over and out.
Team November, this is Ranger HQ. A couple vehicles rolled up and set up right outside our base. Real shady characters. Their leader is a woman named La Perla, who claims to have business with the Rangers, but won't specify what it is to us. Ring any bells? Copy that, November. We'll have them hold outside until you return. Over and out.
Rangers uncover human smuggling conspiracy! Subversive leader arrested! Hey, Rangers! Looking for the latest... Well, Colorado's the only safe place... You bet!
Would you rather freeze to death?
You're a barrel of monkeys, huh?
Come on, answer the question.
All right. Burn. You're gone faster and free cremation so your family stays...
Hello? Red Hats? Is this thing on? This is Charlie Nose! Oh, sorry. Glad I got a hold of you, Red Hat friends. Your old friend Charlie is at it again. I found a way to increase our fortunes. How does that sound? Over! Ha-ha! I knew you'd be up for this. Charlie knows you visited the bazaar, and you know how important it is to trade in Colorado. And more importantly, how wealthy it is. Problem is, the monster army holding it is weak. Without your help, they'd already be gone. But sooner or later, someone is gonna wipe them out. So why not make it a cartel stronghold? With your help, it'll be easy, and you'll be well compensated for your contribution. Well, since Mr. Brygo's gone, Charlie has found himself bereft of gainful employment. But when opportunity comes knocking, who does Charlie know who's efficient and can handle themselves in a fight? You help me with this, and there'll be no hard feelings about the nightclub business, Red Hats. It's simple economics. Why wouldn't you? I dealt straight with you so far, right? Didn't I tell you the truth about McTavish? Don't I always tell you the truth? Come on, Red Hats, it's me, your old buddy Charlie. Don't worry, your old buddy Charlie won't sell you short. We just need a little assistance, and you'll be paid handsomely. Really now, Red Hats? What's the point of saying no to such a lucrative proposition? Here's what I'll do. I'll give you some time to think about it. When you inevitably come to the conclusion that the answer should have been yes, you can find us in a hideout near the old parking lot, outside the bazaar. We'll be waiting.
Hola, Rangers. Peace, strangers. We all know both sides are armed and lethal, so why don't we just skip the posturing and get to business, huh? A girl I own ran away recently, and it's proving harder than expected to track her down. She seems to sense us when we get too close. On the other hand, she'd never suspect. Hell with your reputation for rescuing little lost lambs. She might even seek you out. So, what you say, hmm? Want to find her for us? That bothers you? You find it unethical? You kill crazy corpse-robbing, tyrant-funded gun jockeys are offended at how I make my living? Sorry, compadres. This is the end times. Nothing but us devils left. I'm La Perla. And these? Are my boys. Nellie? No. Hallie, I think. Anyway, her new owner will rename her. What's important is her description. Early 20s, blonde, shapely, skinned like a princess. You'll know her when you see her, I promise you. She'll make your little hearts go Peter-pat. Now, you haven't heard the deal yet. You might change your mind. You know the sealed rooms in your base? Bet you're curious what's inside them. Bueno, I'll tell you for free. It's old world tech. The kind people waged wars for. And I know the codes. In the name of good faith, I'll give you one now. 900-909-3500. Test if you like. I'll wait. You'll get the second code, the one that gets you into the room with the even better goodies. When you bring me my lost little lamb. Used to stay here all the time before we moved east. Had plenty of time to explore. Hey, don't worry. No hard feelings about you taking it over. We like our new home. Chasing down a pretty far as I will be here when you find some courage.
Stay sharp.
sharp.
Made up your mind, finally? Do we have a deal? Gracias, friends. Send her here once you find her. Tell her you found her mama and she's waiting for her. We'll take care of the rest. Far as I know, she's still somewhere in Colorado Springs. Suggest you start looking downtown. Adios, compadres.
November, this is Ranger HQ. I have good news. There's some new gear here next time you stop by. It's a big improvement over the basic stuff we had before. One last thing. The Patriarch commissioned a sculptor to make a statue of Vargas outside our HQ. He's nearly done, but he'd like to know who we want to dedicate this statue to. Good call, November. Making sure the Rangers know they'll be remembered if the worst comes to pass may boost camaraderie. I'll pass it along. Over and out.
Read the last issue of the Colorado Patriot?
Oh, real funny cartoon in there. When Jeffy ripped the robo arm off that scar collector, I cracked up.
I was gonna ask about the articles, but never mind.
City celebrates as refugees slow to a trickle. Reyes announces unconditional support of Rangers, declares them heroes of Colorado.
Maybe I'll join the Marshals. I do like roughing people up.
You'll get drummed out in a second, you crackpot.
I'm sure they could use my help. I even got my own blackjack. I was talking to Diligent Joe the other day, and he said that he might be opening up some real estate.
Yeah, for the words of the Reyeses, to buy up and turn into playpens. Seriously.
Can't believe you
Why would
take
you
our
even want to
mama
live with
away.
a bunch of uptight
I thought you
muffins?
Rangers were better than that.
You ain't worth the spit from a smoker. Get out of here!
down the nightclub for me. That's so sweet. All that noise was disturbing my beauty sleep. Thanks, hon.
Rangers! Actually, hang on. You've been so good to us monsters, I'ma give you a prezi first. Just for stop. I know, huh? Thanks for recognizing. Let me open up the store.
Ooh, you look hurt. Dr. Coldcuts would be happy to help.
What do you think of the
Dr. Coldcuts can cure what ails ya. Dr. Coldcuts can cure what ails ya.
I welcome you to my house. Make continue. Yes, I know of him. The tongue of a jester, but will not hesitate to kill for his boss. A host here can only mean to kill us all. I thank you for showing this loyalty to the bazaar. Here is a small sum, but this is only a start. Solve this problem for us. Kill Charlie, and a great reward will be yours. The bazaar will be waiting.
Get your protective gear here.
Wonder if I can.
Love those boots. Where'd you get them?
These Can we check out Piscitelli's shop next?
Deal at Talbot's Tannery.
A laser pistol. Oh, I've always wanted one of these.
Blood. Hello again, strangers. Have you ever loved something so certainly?
If you're looking for guns, the Sanctified Piscitelli has the best.
Ooh, we should get something hot to drink for the trip home.
We'll come back on our way out.
Doc says Dr. Coldcut,
Get your protective gear here. Hello. Welcome to Talbot's Tannery. Kinda depends on that's why I'm here.
I love those boots. Where'd you get them?
These old things, I got them.
Dr. Coldcut, can you
Get something hot to drink for the trip home.
Hey, strangers. Randy's the name. Automobiles are the game. Flab's master mechanic, they call me. How can I help? Not particularly. It's boring work. I only get pulled in if something breaks that a tender can't fix, so I spend most of my time just waiting here, like I'm doing now. But beggars can't be choosers. No offense, but you're a gamble in a hard-luck casino. Don't like working in the bazaar, but it's constant money, and I need that right now. See? Some months ago, my dad wrote me that he thought he'd seen folks skulking around our homestead. I dismissed it. Our place has always been isolated and safe. Stupid. Turns out it was a small band of one of them crazy Plains gangs. They sent me a letter. My parents are dead, and they're holding my kid brother and sister hostage. I ain't even close to having enough money to pay the ransom. Even if I did, I suspect they'd just kill us all after I pay. So what's a guy to do? I'm not one to condone violence, but I've heard of what you folks have been doing all across Colorado. Whatever you think is needed. Let me show you where to see you there. Don't take too long, okay?
thought you said you knew a guy who could get us in.
They'll come through, I promise. We just gotta be a little patient. I can feel my toes! Just
Be careful out there. The Snow ever been to Colorado Springs? I hear they got...
Hey! It's you again! Them? They're hoping so long. Great job down in the Warrens, Lambs.
Red Hats! I knew you couldn't refuse such a good opportunity. Didn't I tell you they'd come around sooner or later, men? So, you ready for the attack? It's brilliant in its simplicity. The monster army is weak, but rich. All we need to do is knock them out, get rid of Flab, and we can take over. First, we take the entrance, then we go down and wipe out anyone who doesn't surrender to the new cartel management. Is that so, Red Hats? Shame it has to come to this. Boys!
Ready!
Get 'em!
Think.
Taking the 6!
Need some help.
honey.
We can
If you're into weird shit, check out Quark's music.
Dr. Cold Cut can cure what ails ya.
If you're into weird shit, check out Quark's.
I welcome you to my house. Make it illuminated with the correct amount of prejudice, I hope. Thank you, Rangers. Here, everyone. The bazaar will be waiting. I got the soulful rat.
Dr. Cold Cut can cure... Ah, you again. What is it? For the heroes of the bazaar, well, this one's on the house. Just this once, though. See ya.
The celebrated heroes of the bazaar. What would you like to know, my friends? The bazaar will be waiting.
You saved the bazaar. Lambs turned heroes.
Get your protective gear here.
Ass with these.
Hello. Welcome to Talbot's Tannery. Kinda depends on... That's why I'm here.
I love those boots. Where'd you get them?
These old things, I got them for...
Hi, Rangers. Good to see you again. Sure. You... Anyway, not me. Nope. Oh, well, kind of cool you guys have heard of me. Well, basically, I was had to leave all my cool stuff. Oh, I'm supposed to say my name's Dave, but it's a lot better now that you took care of the monster. Bye, Rangers. Thanks for... Hi, Rangers. Good to... You would? Hi, Rangers. Good to see you again. Sure. Bye, Rangers. Thanks for visiting me.
I love those boots. Where'd you get them?
Can we check out Piscatelli's shop next? Steal a Talbot's Tannery.
Shit. That weird guy in the
Guns
fountain?
sanctified with blood. Blood. Say hello again, strangers. Certainly.